Hello and welcome to Interdimensional Vending Machine. I am Gloomy and I am not a vending machine, but we need this vending machine to not starve to death. And this is practically what the game is about. Not starving to death. This girl here is our protagonist. It's a short little game. Inspired by the SCP Foundation's Interdimensional Vending Machine. I don't know exactly which SCP this is, but SCP, the in between of German and English. Either way, basically what this thing is, it's a vending machine that gives you stuff that is not exactly, well, from this dimension. Well, the name says it all. It's an interdimensional vending machine. Let's start with the tutorial. At the top left corner is your money count. Yep, that's our money. Where you can see how much money you have in your purse. Try pressing this coin slot. Right. In this view you can see the inside of your purse. Now try to inserting all the coins you have into the coin slot. Click, click, click. Zup, 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 zup. Press the slot button when you're satisfied with the amount of money you inserted. You can get an item when the machine drops it off at a pickup box. Click the pickup box to claim the item and keep it in your inventory. Let's now go to your inventory. You can select an item you got from the vending machine and eat it. Eat them right away or keep them for the meantime. For now, let's eat this one first. Alright, let's go in. These are the hunger and thirst meters. As you feed yourself some food and let yourself stay hydrated, the meters increase, which will keep your body from starving, or worse, dying. Now that you lack the funds to use the machine, you can continue to gather more coins by begging the people around the streets. Let's go back. You're still here. I thought someone took you in by now. The street isn't safe. I hope you don't scream when someone takes you. It won't help anyway. Your bones are showing. It's like your body is trying to leave you behind. So, basically, we'll get quite a few mean things thrown at our head and some money. We didn't get much money. Normally you get a little more early on. And this game currently has no apparent ending. You can either die, which is incredibly hard to do. Believe me, I tried. The hunger and thirst meter just don't seem to work as intended currently in the current state of its game, which is weird. I think something like this should be the basic focus of your game, but never mind. It's still an interesting take. The idea that you have to actually feel how it is to beg on the street and be at the mercy of others, and not only at the mercy of others, but also at the mercy of our weird interdimensional trading machine. So let's continue. Some few caveats to know about this thing. If you drop in a sealed packet filled with 100 apple seeds, I wasn't sure if I should open it or just hold on to it. Having the seeds feels strange, like the machine's testing me. So, if you put anything below 50 cents, below 10 cents, and sometimes above 10 cents and below 50, and above 50 and below 100, you mostly get apple seeds. 50 seeds are serious. They just keep falling, clicking and rolling like tiny stones. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It felt like the machine was mocking me. It's not really mocking you. It's basically its default state. It's throwing apple seeds at you. Those are edible, and there's certainly a point in eating them. And well, yeah, we're going for the apple seed way then. But first, if you put 100 coins in it, you get a random item. Wow, this is soda pop. Finally a real refined drink, not just some bland, flavorless drink. If I drink it now, then it's gone. Maybe if I hold on to it, it'll last longer than a day. Really? You're on the verge of dying from thirst, and you want to hold on to stuff. Each item we get has something, our protagonist has something to say about it. But let's get some more apple seeds here. Yeah, they're still just seeds, not a meal, not even close. It would be better if they're fully grown apples, but they're not. Should just throw them away somewhere. So, let's ingest first the Pepsi, and then let's feast on our apple seeds. And the way you go about is you feed your protagonist whatever you get, and depending on what you feed her, she'll change. Shouldn't take too long to see the first change here. Just give me a moment. I'll just throw some more apple seeds down the pipe drain. Good. More apple seeds. Feast on them. Feast! Still not enough. 10 extras. But no, just more seeds. More silence in my head. Yeah, well, they're satiating. They're really satiating. More seeds. Huh? 10 seeds. Somehow I want to cry. I want to throw them, but I just can't. 10 seeds now. I can't eat them, but I can just let them go either. Yes, there we have it. So, what happened? Our protagonist looks now different. That's the point about this game. You feed her a different kind of items and she changes depending on the amount she eats. Like if you feed her high caloric things all the time, and there are ways to get them, those specific kinds of items, through the amount of money you throw into this vending machine, you can actually decide what kind of items you get. Like I said, mostly things below 100 coins value. I believe it's yen. That is the orientation of value. So basically 100 coins would be about $1. A little less currently. The yen is really weak, I believe. So just think about it as $1 or €1 or whatever, one kind of base value you have there. And either way, anything below that just randomly leaves us with some apple seeds. And those apple seeds, they make her shiny, which is funny. They're just still just seeds, not a meal, not even close. It would be better if they're full grown apples, but they're not. Should just throw them away somewhere. Like you see, those tend to repeat now, and the more we feed her with stuff, the more she adapts whatever stuff that is. But there isn't just fine things in that interdimensional trading machine. There's also some kind of gross things and weird things in here. Huh? Is there some kind of trash left inside? I doubt that this was supposed to be taken inside the stomach. However, I've already taken a lot in my stomach. I'll end up releasing it later on. So, yeah, since we drank something that is like from a class that is not the apple seeds, why does this feel like a secret ingredient? Tasted it before and it was fine with it, but now I don't know what I feel about it. Maybe I need some weirdness sometimes. So, yeah, the more we drink of something like this, the more we change into something else. And I believe the number that is stated there is the number of the item of coins that you needed to insert to get the same specific item again. In this case, 302. I haven't tested anything about that. I just tested it with the apple seeds and a whole bunch of apple seeds. And believe me, she transforms into weird things by just feeding her apple seeds. Either way, the intention behind the game is interesting. And the feeling that evokes by actually trying to survive is also an interesting take. Another case that speaks for this game is that it's currently actually a pay what you want game, so you can actually play for free. You can also play it for free on the website they have. Let me just quickly try to get that weird juice again. I want to test if this is true. 302, and yes, it is. This is exactly what I wanted. So, it functions like I thought it would. That you need to insert the number that is there to get the same item, which is an interesting thing. So, if you throw 100 coins, you get a random item, and then you can look it up and try to get a great amount of the same items, and feeding her more and more of the same tends to give you different results, and it changes her up. There's also the way of not giving her any food at all or something like, and she will slowly but surely die. But it takes astoundingly long. Maybe it's because this doesn't symbolize the actual amount of sustenance you have and more the hunger you have. So if this is 0%, your body starts slowly eating itself over time, after some time. Starvation is an interesting concept. You don't starve instantly, and many don't even know what hunger is, or thirst in that case. We are living in a society where everything is so readily available that it's hard to define and hard to know for a basic modern human living not in a third world to actually know real hunger or real thirst. But we see people that suffer this fate and just walk past them most of the time. It gives a different perspective on things, and I guess that is one of the intended goals this game set out to do. Well, oh yeah, there we are. We are now slowly dying, and also the police may come up and just haunt us, and that's also on the game over screen. Good. Now, let's try to get some weird things, I guess. This is an eyeball drink. 382. These look disturbingly real, like they're staring right back at me through the glass. Honestly, I'm not sure if this is food or some kind of some kit of twisted novelty, or kit of twisted novelty. I'd say it's more of an eldritch joke. Either way, throw some money. Jupe. More money. Ooh, 6,000. Those are bugs. Oh no, they still look like bugs with legs and wings, just darker and shinier from the surface. But from the source. This doesn't look bad actually. This could help me get through the hunger pangs. Yeah, it's actually not bad. Bugs are a great source of protein. Yeah, we're not dying through hunger anymore. But not that I would eat bugs in any case. I am not a man. Or guy or dude or thing or slime that would eat more bugs. Ugh, these are worms. Are they still alive? I don't feel hungry just by looking at it. I feel sick just looking at its tiny segments of the body, but I can't be picky. If this machine took it out, it means I can still eat it, right? Yeah, probably in another dimension this is maybe a delicacy. That's hard to argue. So, this is basically the gameplay loop, and that is, yeah, that's hardly it. The only differences that we have now is that we can feed her more and more of the same things and watch her change, or just watch her starve to death. And you also can feel immensely bad, because you're getting thrown things at your head all the time while begging and trying to stay alive. It's a interesting take for a game. I'd say it's more of a experience than a game, but still something that is thought-provoking in some cases, and maybe you want to try some things out yourself, as seeing the game is free. There's hardly anything holding you back from doing that. So, yeah, these things look like a crawl of a nightmare and straight onto a skewer. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I can't tell if I'm more curious or terrified to take a bite. Maybe I'll have the appetite to try this later. Oh, you're just eating it. Go ahead. Go and eat it. Well, another thing to mention is that this game isn't yet in its complete version, at least going after the telling from the version number, which is 1.71 at the time of playing this game. Maybe some new patch came out, but last I checked they just added more strange stuff. Still, they should try to balance the game a little more and actually do something about giving the game an actual ending. Because as far as I am aware, there isn't really that much of an ending. Well, either you die or you try to keep surviving. Which is pretty much also a way to see life. It's like trying to survive, and if you can't survive, you're basically dead. Alright, well, let's throw in some more coins, get another item, and why am I just bugs today? Always bugs. Oh no, they look so dry and brittle, like tiny shadows of something once alive. I don't know if I can do this, but they're already in my hand. So just trying to get some more interesting items, like the homunculi. What in the world is this? Looks like a tiny thing preserved figure in a syrupy liquid. This does look like an animal unborn child, which I don't think I could eat. But I probably would take just this, just in case. This could be more helpful in starving days. Things I would improve about the game is... this might be the best thing I get in the whole week. Yeah, we already did this. Is her reaction to actually eating things. And the threshold about the amount of things you need to consume to actually change into whatever you want. Either way, I just wanted to show you this game. Tomorrow we'll start a new series and try to make some more recordings about another series that may change a little bit interchangeably. Maybe I release something both ways, or maybe I try to mix it up in between. I'm not sure yet. Well, that's all for today. I was Gloomy, I was your host. See you next time.